Hi, this is Happy Bird from happybirdscraftinghaven.com, and I'm here today to show you what I've been working on. I've been making some team full bubblegum machines for different people in our family who are sports fans, and what I'm planning on doing with this is filling it with their favorite treat and putting a gift card in the middle. You don't have to do the gift card part. These are cute enough by themselves. However, it's just something I want to do for them this Christmas. Now, this particular one that I made here is for a female sports fan in our family. So that's why I chose the glass drawer pull for the lid. And what I did was I just glued that with E6000 on the top. Figured it gave it a little bit of a feminine touch. For each faux bubblegum machine, you are going to need a 4-inch clay pot. I bought these at Michael's. 2 of the 4-inch clay saucers, and 1 3-inch clay saucer. And the saucers, the larger 4-inch ones, were 89 cents, and the smaller one I think was something like 60-something cents. The pot was 99 cents. However, if you pick these up during the spring, when they have all their sales, you can get it for a lot less. Now, before I even started, I soaked these pots in really hot water with a dishwashing liquid, a grease-cutting one like Dawn, and the labels literally slid right off. And it also cleaned the pot really well, so I didn't have to worry about the paint not adhering. I would definitely not use dishwashing liquid with the hand moisturizers in it. I don't know if it would affect it, but I wouldn't want to try. I would also allow them to dry overnight, because you don't want to be painting on damp pots. It will end in disaster. You will need acrylic paint. For this particular project that I made, I used the Martha Stewart High Gloss acrylic paint in Habanero and Wedding Cake. And I gave it, I think, 2 to 3 coats for the base, and the top part here, I gave that about 3 coats. If you use the white or something really light, you'll end up having to give it more coats. Now, I have seen various tutorials on the net where some have chosen to spray paint the pots and the lids. That might be a better way. I haven't tried it, so I don't know how well it would turn out. I painted the pots with the wide brush for the base and the narrow sponge brush for the saucer part. And of course, the little 3-inch saucer is on the inside. I like to use this method because it gives the lid some stability on the pot and it doesn't slide all around. Okay. You'll definitely need E6000 or some other kind of silicone glue. I would not use hot glue, it'll fall apart, or any other glue other than a silicone-based glue. Okay, and I have another full bubblegum machine that I'm putting together for another family member. It's actually completed. The only thing that I haven't done is put it together, so I'm going to show you how to put it together with this. Okay, this is for a Raider fan in our family, and for the colors I used I didn't have to paint the inside of the 3-inch dish because you won't see that anyway. And I didn't have to paint the bottom here for the same reason. For the colors, I used the Folk Art paint in the metallic sequin black and the Martha Stewart high gloss, it's metallic acrylic paint in the color Sterling. Okay? And of course you can see I painted the inside of the pot too. I think I gave this 3 coats on this particular one. And what you're going to do is you're going to start by placing the E6000 glue around here, close to the edge and on the inside. And then you're going to center this. And sometimes it's easier if you're standing on top, to see whether it's centered or not. And you can feel around the edges too with your fingers and kind of measure that way. Okay, so once this is centered to the top, you are going to take your E6000 glue and pay special attention to the edges, because that's really what the globe is going to touch. So you really want it around the edges right here and along here, not so much in the middle. Okay, then you will take your globe vase, and I bought this from the Dollar Tree, and you're going to want the kind with a flat edge, not the kind with a fluted edge. Otherwise your lid won't sit correctly on this. And I chose to buy this from Michael's from Dollar Tree rather than Michael's because they were less expensive. The ones at Michael's, you may be able to get them on sale, but they were more than the Dollar Tree, and to me it was the same thing. So what you're going to do is once you put the glue on, you're going to set the globe on, of course. And for the lid, you are going to place E6000 along the edge of the 3-inch saucer, center it in the middle, being careful in putting your fingers along the edge to kind of see that it's centered. Now, if you have excess glue, what you can do is you can take a Q-tip and just run the Q-tip along the edges here till you get all the glue off. And you're going to allow this to dry for at least, I would say at least 2 or 3 days. You want it to cure. You don't want to put this together when the glue is still halfway wet or the paint is tacky. You really want to give it time to cure. And once you do that, you can add the knob. Now, I just added a wooden knob that I painted the same color as I painted the base, and it had a hole on the top, so I just covered it by using a little silver brad that I had. I just cut the back part of the brad off and glued this on with E6000. So you can use any kind of knob or drawer pull that you can find that's decorative and that matches your theme. And you don't have to use the sport theme, of course. You can use any kind of theme. This can be for a child's room. Maybe it's a little boy and he's into fire engines like my little grandson. You can make, maybe paint it a little machine red for him and find some little fire trucks or whatnot to place on the base. You could do the same thing if it's a little girl. Maybe you have a little granddaughter or a daughter who is into Hello Kitty or something like that. You can paint it pink and white, and maybe add a little touch down here along the base by adding flat back pearl trim or little flat back rhinestones, and maybe finding a little Hello Kitty sticker or something like that and placing that on the base. For my daughter-in-law, in my last video, I used the black paint, and I also used red and I took a red and white bow that was polka dot. It was a sheer wide wire ribbon that I used to make the bow, and it kind of gave it a Minnie Mouse type feel. So she really enjoyed that. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you have any questions, just leave me the questions in the drop down bar, and I'll try my best to answer them for you. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you very much for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you. God bless you all. Bye-bye.